Hi, I'm Cadet Angel Malanes from BS Abi 1B, and I am going to talk about the four cardinal rules of firearm safety. The four cardinal rules of firearm safety. They mean more than you think they do. What's the bottom line of spending time to know these four safety rules? We do live in this world where rules become part of our daily basis. We may have the ability to memorize the rules, we may have the guts to follow these rules immediately and accordingly since we live on it. But how do we circumscribe about what of each of these rules really means to us in everyday aspect of our life? If we think and understand deeply of what these rules really means, we would not undertake that it would improve knowledge, skill, and safety of responsibility armed citizen. First rule, always treat every firearm as if it were loaded. Always assume your firearm is loaded. This quote has been said by many and assume that it is the reality, but the reality is firearms are not always loaded. Sometimes we need to handle it unloaded and aware that it is unloaded, and sometimes we will ensure that it is loaded, especially if we are present Lee is standing at a firing range while on the firing line. However, some of us is either by choice or calling will go out in the world arm. Always put your firearm in a safe direction unless defending yourself or others. This should always keep in mind and be mindful and careful in pointing your firearm because it might put you at risk. Next, always keep your finger off the trigger and up on the frame until you are ready to fire. It is to avoid the possibility of negligent discharge. If you learn and make a habit of keeping your trigger finger off the trigger until you are ready to shoot, you are less likely to mistakenly put your finger on the trigger too soon in a personal defense situation. If you are in that situation and feeling the effects of adrenaline, it is so easy for your index finger to pull back on the trigger before you are actually ready to make the shoot. Last but not the least, always be sure of your target and what is beyond it. Therefore, no one can call a shot back. Once a gun fires, you have given up all control over where the shot will go or what it will strike. Don't shoot unless you know exactly what your shot is going to strike. Be sure that your bullet will not injure anyone or anything beyond your target. Firing at a moment or a noise without being absolutely certain of what you are shooting at constitutes disregard for the safety of others. Considering all of this, these are the rules which establish and serve as the basis for security and safety but with different understanding and action. The four cardinal rules of firearm safety. They mean more than you think they do. What's the bottom line of spending time to know these four safety rules?